Hi guys, today topic is metals and non-metals. By using some physical properties, we can differentiate between metals and non-metals. Now, some of the examples for metals are iron, sodium, copper, aluminium, etc. We know these are commonly. Now, we are going to see some of the physical properties for metals. First, for example, we are taking this iron. A piece of iron, for example, this is a piece of iron, and I am cleaning this iron with a sandpaper. I am just cleaning this iron with sandpaper. After I am watching the surface of that iron, it is having very shiningly. After cleaning that iron, its surface is looking like a very shining surface. So the metals in their pure state, it is in shining surface. So this property is known as metallic luster. This physical property is known as metallic luster. Metals in their pure state, it is having this shining surface, and that property is known as metallic luster. This is first physical property. Now, second physical property is hardness. Generally, the metals are feeling like a very hard material. For example, you are taking iron, same iron I am taking, iron or copper, anything I am taking, and I am using a knife to cut that iron. I am striking that knife on the iron, then I felt some hardness on the metal. So, generally, metals are in the hardness state. This is the second physical property. Third physical property is malleability. What does mean by malleability? Say I am taking any metals and I am beating that metal with hammer. I am just beating that metal with hammer. Then I made that metal into thin sheets. When a metal is used to make like a thin sheets by beating that, then that property is known as malleability. I am taking one metal and I am beating that metal with using hammer. Then the metal is formed as a thin sheets. So this property is known as malleability. Next physical property is ductility of metal. What does mean by ductility of metal? You generally see copper wire and aluminium wire. You know that already. So when a metal is made as a wire, so that property is known as ductility. Gold is the most ductile metal. By using 1 gram of gold, you can make 2 kilometer wire. It depends on the ductibility of that metal. So, gold is the most ductile metal. And next property is known as sonorous. Sonorous means what? When I am striking a metal on hard surface, it will produce one sound, very hard sound, and that property is known as sonorous. For example, school bell. So this is an example for sonorous. Now we are going to see whether the metals are good conductors of heat or not. We are going to see about that. Now I am taking aluminium wire or copper wire, any wire, aluminium wire or copper wire. I am just fixing that wire in iron stand. Then I am heating that wire through burner. What I will observe means the wire, I said no, copper or aluminium wire, it is accepting, it is conducting the heat, it is conducting the heat, it is absorbing the heat. Again I will repeat, I am taking aluminium or copper wire, any wire I am taking, I am just fixing that wire in an iron stand, then I am using burner, I am making that wire, I am just burning that wire. What I am observing means that wire is absorbing the heat. So metals are good conductors. From this, what we are observing means metals are very good conductors of heat. And it has high melting point. This wire is having high melting point. So metals are having high melting points. Now some examples for good conductors, heat good conductors are silver and copper will absorb heat very fastly. Silver and copper. These are very good heat conductors. But oppositely, lead and mercury are poor conductors. Lead and mercury will absorb the heat very slowly. So these two are poor conductors. So from this experiment we are observing that metals having high melting point and it is absorbing heat in the very good manner. And these two, silver and copper, are good conductors and lead and mercury are very poor conductors. Finally, we are going to check the physical property of electricity, about electricity. Do metals conduct electricity or not? We are going to check that, okay. For that, I am taking one battery, 6-volt battery. And this is two terminals A and B. We are going to insert the metals in between these terminals. This is clips and a switch. Sorry guys for my poor diagram. And this is bulb. We are going to check whether the bulb is going to be glow or not. Now we are going to check whether the metal is conducting the electricity or not. Okay. This is battery. This is two terminals A and B. I am going to insert the metal in between here, in between these two terminals, and this is switch and this is bulb. Okay. Now I am taking any metal and I am just inserting that metal here and I am switch on. Then I am just watching whether when the electricity is passed through this wire, this bulb will be glow or not. Yes, definitely this bulb is glowing. So from this experiment, what you are observing, the metal, when the electricity is passed, this metal is absorbing the electricity. So the metal is conducting the electricity in a very good manner. So the bulb is glow. So metals are very good conductors of electricity. Metals are good electricity conductors. At our home you can see the wires are covered with a rubber like material. For example, TV wire or any wire, and that wire is covered with a rubber like one material. So what that material name means? Polyvinyl chloride, PVC. Polyvinyl chloride. Why the wire are covering with polyvinyl chloride means this wires, the metal is used for conducting the electricity. So the wire may be copper wire or aluminium wire. So that wire is very dangerous. When we are touching that, it is very dangerous. So it is covered by polyvinyl chloride, rubber like material.